So just press that button there. So yeah, there's two ways to retail. One, you can go out presenting the catalogues, or one, you can go out letterboxing or blanket dropping. If you go out presenting, we recommend no less than 100 to 150 catalogues per week. And if you do that consistently, week in, week out, for a minimum of 3 months, you'll have a great, solid customer base built, a good foundation to build your business on. If you decide you'd much rather go out there letterboxing or blanket dropping, which is going out and putting the catalogue straight through people's letterboxes without having to hand them to anybody, then the numbers are different. You're going to work with more catalogues, and you've got to get out between 400 to 600 catalogues per week for letterboxes. And that's going to take you 4 to 6 months to build the same sort of customer base that you could build with presenting within sort of like 3 months. So there are some differences. My recommendation to most people is to go presenting. Number of reasons for that. Firstly, you're working with less catalogues, so there's less investment there, less overheads required, less time having to be put in organising and sorting the catalogues and getting them prepared, less time involved in collecting the catalogues once you put them out, less time in chasing up any catalogues that haven't been put out, which we call stragglers, and it also, you have a lot less losses. You know, you're going to lose catalogues, and I'll immunise you now and let you know you will lose catalogues. You can't change that, no matter what you do, no matter how frustrated you get, no matter whatever you want to, your ideas you might come up with, you're going to lose them. So just know it's going to happen, and follow the system I'll show you tonight. If you follow the system I'll show you tonight, it'll help you minimise those losses, but you'll never eradicate them. It's always going to happen. So get used to that, yeah, because it'll always happen when you're building your customer base. So I would always recommend presenting over letterboxing, but presenting isn't for everyone. Okay, yeah, it takes a lot of people out of their comfort zone, so that can put people off to start with, but also depends on what sort of time you've got available when you're working. Like when I got started, the people weren't presenting at the time. It wasn't it wasn't a method that was taught. No one was doing it, so we just did letterboxing, blanket dropping. Okay, and I was putting a couple of 100 catalogues out twice a week around my full-time job. But not everybody can get out. If you're like me, and in my old job, I didn't have set hours. I had to work it around the shifts I was on. If I was on starting early, then I'd have to go out very late at night. I'd be out between sort of 6 and 9 at night. Okay, you can't be knocking on people's doors really after 8 o'clock in the evening. So presenting wouldn't have worked for me then, or vice versa. If I was on a later shift, I'd be out at 6 o'clock in the morning, putting catalogues out or picking them up. Again, you can't be knocking on people's doors sort of like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, and so you'd have to letterbox the catalogues. But if you're about during the day and free during the day, then I would recommend go out presenting. But the best time to present is usually between 5 and 8 of an evening. That's when most people are back home. But it doesn't matter. You can present any time of the day. It just means that during the day, earlier in the day, you might have to go to more houses to get the catalogues out. Whereas between 5 and 8, there's more likely to be more people home, so you potentially would have to go to less houses to get your catalogues out. Okay, and again, weekend, Saturday, Sunday, more people at home, so again, a great time to presenting over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes people say, "Oh, should we go on a Sunday?" Yes, go on a Sunday. Yeah, people at home, you're going to get people in. It's a great day to present your catalogues on a Sunday. It's a great day to pick them up, and it's a great day to do deliveries because you get people at home. You know, I used to do all my deliveries at one time on a Sunday. Sunday tea time used to be for me because I knew people were in. So you get a lot of your orders out because people are home. Okay, so moving on. Catalogue preparation. Make sure you got your catalogues all made up the same way. Make sure you got your order forms marked up with at least your name and address on there. If maybe handwrite it on there. Preferably though, get yourself a rubber stamp made up from a Stations, Ryman's or something like that, or from something off the internet, somebody like Vistaprint, and on your stamp have your name, contact number, email address, and if you can get your account number on there as well, have it on there. Or you can get the little white labels from Clean Easy that have your contact details on it. Okay, and there you get that 650 labels for a couple of quid. Excuse me, and that can be ordered through you log into your account online. Make sure you got your day slips printed out. We recommend and teach 24-hour drops when you're first finding your customers. So all your slips will be like the one in the middle here. Just say tomorrow on them. Okay. You can get your slips from two places. You can get your slips from the Facebook group in the file section. They're all there in the file section, the day slips, or you can get them from the 10 Steps Resource site under the Getting Started Catalogue section. Yeah, you can get all of the slips in there. Slightly different format in there, but the slips work just the same. So you don't need to create your own slips or change them in any way. These slips that we've got on the screen here are the same slips that we've been using for the last 10 years. Okay, when you're first out there looking for your customers. So make sure you've got them in the front of your catalogue. So when you're putting your catalogues together, back to back, so you've got your main catalogue and your special log. So now we've got the spring ones and the new Clean Easy ones. Put them back to back. Decide which one you want to actually have at the front of the pack. Fold your order form in half. Have that over the top of the front cover, the one you want to have at the front of the pack. Then on top of that, put your day slip, your tomorrow slip, and then slide it inside the snappy bag and seal it up. Okay, and make them all up the same. Little tip for you: if you don't want to seal them up, well, I don't seal the bags up when I put them together. I seal them up as I'm walking down the drive or down the path. It's just one little thing less to do when you're putting them together, and you can use that time walking down the path to do the sealing up. So, looking at presenting, no less than 100, 150 catalogues per week. Take your first 50 out. You don't have to do it in 50 chunks. We talk about 50 chunks on here, but if it's more feasible for you, you can do it in chunks of 50, or you can do it in chunks of 30, or you can do it in chunks of 25 over the week. But the key is you've got to get out between 100 and 150 catalogues a week to hit the numbers that I'm going to show you tonight. Okay. Use the script again on the 10 Steps Resource site. There's a script on there under the Getting Started Catalogue section that you can use. I don't use that script 100%. I think it's a little bit long when you're first starting. It's a script you can work up to when you get experience. For me, when I knock on the door to offer a catalogue, again, you offer a catalogue. Don't ask them if they want one. Don't say to them, would you like one? Can I give you one? Or whatever other format of asking you a question whether they want one. Just offer it to them. What I say is, hi, my name's Harvey. I'm one of your local distributors in the local area, and I've been asked to leave you with the latest Clean Easy catalogues. And I just hand it over to them. I have it down on my side, so they're not, their eyes when you first meet them are on you, not on the catalogue. And I just say, hi, my name's Harvey. I'm one of your local distributors in the local area, and I've been asked to leave you with the latest Clean Easy catalogue. And I just hand it over to them. And the majority of people will take it off you. And they'll be, oh, okay, thank you. And then all you say to them is, I'll be back for it tomorrow. Just pop it outside the door tomorrow for me in the morning. And just down there, point to where you want it to be put, and I can get it tomorrow without disturbing you with any order that you might have. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. And on you go. Simple as that. And so, yeah, it's a matter of just offering it to them. Yeah, some people are going to say no to you, which is good, because what you're doing, you're out there marketing, you're out there looking for the people who want a catalogue. Okay? You don't want to be giving catalogues to people who don't want them, because it's just a wasted catalogue. So why give it to somebody who doesn't want one? So if somebody says no to you, which is really, you want to know that, you want to celebrate that, yeah, fantastic. They said no, they don't want it, give me one for somebody else. So if they say no, say, okay, dokie, thanks ever so much. I'll make a note you don't want one in future, and I'll miss you out next time round. Thanks a lot, bye-bye. And on you go, and you move on. Sometimes the biggest challenge people have in this business is dealing with rejection, because nobody likes to be rejected. We all have an ego, and some people's ego is bigger than others, and we all have to manage that. And we don't like to be said no to at times. But you've got to get used to it in this business, because not everybody is going to want to order from the catalogue. But just remember, when people do say no to you, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the catalogue. It's the catalogue they don't want for whatever reason. They don't buy from Clean Easy, or don't buy from catalogues, and that's not what they want. So fabulous. So just remember that it's not you they're saying no to, it's the catalogue. And then celebrate the no. So if I say no, yeah, brilliant. Okay, gives me one for somebody who does want it, who's like to look at it, who's like to buy from it. Okay, make sure you watch the presenting training video. Again, it's in the Getting Started section of catalogues on the 10 Steps Resource site. Watch that video at least a couple of times, because there's lots of great tips in there and things that help you when you go out with your catalogues presenting. Round book. Make sure you've got a round book or at least a notepad. When I got started, we didn't have round books. I was just out with a notepad. And the round books can be got from Bid's web shop, which is www.bidswebshop, all one word, .co.uk. and you can get lots of other clean, easy stationery and tools to help you from there. But speak to your sponsor, speak to your upline. They'll help you to source some round books if you want round books. But I find it just as easy to go out with a notepad, because all I need to know, if I'm out presenting, all I need to know is the street I'm in, the houses who have taken a catalogue, so I keep a record of their number, so I know who to go back to the next day to pick them up. And I keep a record of the houses who say they don't want one. So that when we go around a second time and a third time, we can miss those houses out. Because I don't want one, so why go back to them again, knock on the door? They're going to say no again. So yeah, keep a record of that. Okay, some common mistakes that people make or come across in their early days. Getting disheartened. It's quite easy to get disheartened sometimes because you're going to have challenges, and we all want it to go really, really quick, and we want to be making really quick money really quick, and we want it to happen like yesterday. But it takes time. Like anything you do, it takes time. When you're learning anything new for the first time, it takes time to learn, it takes time to get it right, and this business takes time as well. Yeah, if you're in a job and your job is sort of 15 hours a week, you've got to have to be there for 15 hours. Yeah. And it's exactly the same for this. When you started in your Clean Easy business, you'd have most likely been asked, have you got 12 to 15 hours a week to put into something? And the majority of people would say, yes, I have. So you've got to remember, you've got to have to put time into it. So if you're out presenting when you're your catalogues, it's going to take time to get them out. When you're knocking on doors or people aren't in or have said no, and then you move on and you find people who are in who take them, and you go to some more houses and they aren't in, some more houses who are in. It's going to take you time to get your catalogues out. And sometimes people can start thinking, oh, this is taking too long. This is taking too long. Well, it does take time, okay, to get them out. You'll see a retail plan in a moment. But on average, to get 50 catalogues out presenting takes about 3 hours when you're out there. So you know it's going to take time. But it's not forever. You're just building your customer base. And once it's built, you'll put less time into your retail to get the same return. And again, I'll show you some figures on that in a moment. So, yeah, watch out for that. You can dishearten. Just know that you're going to get challenges. And when you do, pick up the phone and speak to your sponsor. Or pick up the phone and speak to your successful upline. Because that's what we're here, what they're there for, is to chat with you, support you, guide you, and help you through the challenges you have and celebrate the successes that you have as well. Point 2 on here. Do not post the catalogues for the letterbox. Well, why do we say that? Okay, well, at the moment we're presenting the catalogues. And we have 2 systems. We have the presenting and we have the letterboxing. So if you start letterboxing catalogues when you're out presenting, you're now mixing 2 systems. And it's going to dilute your results because both systems work on different ratios. So if you're out there with 50 catalogues and all of a sudden you've only got 30 out, you've still got 20 left, and you want to get them all out, but you've run out of time. Sometimes people will go, oh, I've only got 20 left. I've only got 10 minutes left. All I do is I'll just bang these 20 out for the letterboxes. Bang, 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 bang. Job done. I'm off home. 50 out. Okay, that's fine. Yes, you've got 50 out, but you've only got 30 out presenting. So you're only going to get orders from the ratios for 30 presented catalogues. And you're only going to get orders for the 20 letterbox catalogues. And 99% of the time, from 20 letterbox catalogues, you're going to get zilch, dinero, nothing. Okay? Whereas if you presented 20 catalogues, you're more likely going to get about 4 orders. The ratio is 1 in 5. You get about 4 orders. So what I would suggest and say to you is, if you run out of time and you've still got catalogues left over, take them home. Take them home and mix them in with the next lot of catalogues you've got going out. Divide them out into the next drops you have for the rest of the week and look to get them out in your presenting for the rest of the week. Okay? Number 3, I've already touched on just now about speaking to your sponsor. Be in touch with them regularly. In the early days, speak to them every day. Be in touch. They're there to help and support you. Okay? Your success is their success. So they want to help you to be successful. If you try and do it on your own, be isolated, it's going to be a lot tougher for you. It's going to take longer to build. The challenges are going to have a bigger impact on you, and you're not going to be able to draw on their experience and expertise and knowledge to help you through the challenges and give you ideas, tips, and things that are going to make your life simpler, okay, with the business. So speak to your sponsor on a regular basis. Ask him to leave the catalogue. I've already done that one. Yeah, we offer the catalogue. We don't ask to leave it. We don't want to give them an opportunity to say no to you. We want to be able to get it in the house. So once the catalogue's in the house, that's when people start looking at it. Second to last point, not going back to houses that were not in, didn't order. Okay, this refers to when you go around the second time. Okay, we work a 4-weekly system. So after you've been around 4 times, 4 weeks, you go back to the beginning again, and you go round again. Okay, and then once you've been around the second 4 weeks, you go back to the beginning again and go round again at least 3 times. You go around at least 3 times. Okay, and you go back to exactly the same houses you did before, except for the ones who didn't want a catalogue, or where you didn't get a catalogue back from. The ones that weren't in or didn't order, you go back to again, knock on again, present the catalogue again. Excuse me. And the final one is keeping bad records. It's so important to keep good records, to know where your catalogues are, to know who the customers are, to know what they've spent, to know who doesn't want a catalogue, okay, so that you can build up a picture of your customer base, your retail, and allow you to manage it. Okay, if you keep poor records, it's going to make it tougher for you. So be organised, keep good records. Again, work with your sponsor, your successful upline. They will help you to do that if you need some help and support with that. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, just tap away in the chat box, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So these are the ratios for presenting. If we're putting out 100 to 150 catalogues a week, in practice 2 out of 3 will take a catalogue, and 1 in 5, that's 1 in 5 will. And what you're looking for is you're looking for 20 customers a week to spend with you. So you need to have a little mantra each week is, I'm going to find 20 customers this week. I'm going to find 20 customers this week. I'm going to find 20 customers this week. And have it written up in various places around the house so it reminds you what you're doing, what you're looking for. That's your goal each week, is to find 20 customers a week with the catalogues that you're getting out. And you will. If you get out 100, 150 catalogues a week, you will find 20 customers a week. You know, some weeks you might find 25. Following week it might be 15. But on average, you will pick up the 20 customers a week. And if you do that, average orders around about £15, then you're going to be getting about £300 a week of orders in £1,200 a period. You're going to smash your welcome rewards if you're in your first 30, 60 days. You're going to get all those free catalogues, and plus you're going to smash your first bonus level. Yeah, over £780 worth of orders is your first bonus level, where you get extra bonus into the bank, and you'll smash that as well if you follow these numbers. If you do less numbers, if you only say put 50, 70 catalogues out a week, then you're going to generate less orders. You're going to find less customers, generate less orders, and it's going to take longer to build your customer base. It's going to be more challenging to hit your welcome rewards, and it's going to be more challenging to hit your first bonus level. But again, it's down to you how much you do with it, but these are the figures that we recommend to get it rock and rolling and get that customer base foundation in place at a fairly good rate. So this is an example of a presenting catalogues retail plan. So here we're putting out 50 catalogues 3 times a week, 3 hours to put them out, but only half an hour to get them in. It's the beauty of presenting. Yeah, it can take you a few hours to get them out, but when you go to pick them up, you just whiz around half an hour or so to pick up 50 catalogues, and then you've got a couple of hours during the week to deliver your orders. So overall about 12 and a half hours here to do that. And you'll see the differences now when we look at the letterboxing. So letterboxing, we're looking to put out no less than 400 to 600 catalogues per week. So you're working with a lot more catalogues, you prepare them exactly the same way, and then you go out your front door, turn left and right as you would do when you're presenting, and you're starting your own street and start putting them through the letterboxes, okay? Get your first 200 out. One little tip is just be aware of houses that might have a for sale sign up, a sold sign, a to let sign or let by sign, okay? Just check that you're happy that the house is still occupied. If there's any doubt, if you're unsure at all, then don't put the catalogue through that box, and don't sit it in the letterbox because the postman might push it through. Just lean it up against the front door, okay, where they've got to go in and out. If people are living there, it's inhabited, then what they'll do is more likely they'll pick it up and take it in with them when they go in or when they come out. And then you're less likely to lose the catalogue. If you put it through the letterbox and there's no one living there, that's it, you won't get that catalogue back. And your catalogues are precious. They cost you money, they're money-making machines. The less you have, the less houses you can get into, the less orders you generate. So, yeah, look after your catalogues. Again, you'll need your round book or notebook to record your street and house numbers where your catalogues are. For letterboxing, all I recorded in my notepad was the street name and then the range of houses I went to. So if it started at 1 and I finished at number 50, I put 1 to 50. And then 1 to 49. And then if I came back down the other side of the street, I might put 50 yeah, 50 to number 2. So I know I've covered all those houses for the letterboxing. So then when I go back the following day, I would then be going to those houses to chase them up. So I knew all the catalogues were. So ratios for letterboxing, you're working with 400 to 600 catalogues. And here, 1 in 10, so it's just 1 in 10 will place an order. So you see the difference. It's 1 in 5 with presenting, 1 in 10 with cataloguing, letterboxing, sorry. Again, still here, you're still looking for 20 customers a week. So your mantra is still, I'm going to find 20 customers this week. I'm going to find 20 customers this week. Okay, average order is can be a little bit less. It's about the same, but it's about £12.50. So you're still looking to get around about £300 a week, £1,200 a period in orders with your letterboxing. Okay, so again, yeah, it's these systems both work, but you just got to do a bit different numbers, whichever one you want to do. And what you can do, what I would say is you maybe want to do, you can do a couple of weeks of presenting and see how you get on with it. And then if you want to flip it and you've got enough catalogues, do a couple of weeks with letterboxing and see what you prefer and experience both of them. Because what you'll get with letterboxing, the biggest thing with letterboxing you'll find is, here's a retail plan with this. So 200 catalogues going out twice a week, okay? So a couple of hours to get 200 out. So it's spending less time putting your catalogues out, but you've got more time collecting them back in. It's going to take you, it's an hour and a half to get them out, but it's going to take you a couple of hours to get them back in. And then you're going to have a lot more stragglers. You're going to have stragglers, you're going to have catalogues you're going to have to chase up every day in there, which you don't have with the presenting. And then you've got your couple of hours order. So you've got about 16 hours a week going into this compared to 12 and a half with presenting. So you've got to put a bit more time into this as well. And that's the question come up there. Hi, Christina. Okay, fantastic. So you've just letterboxed the 50 I had. Okay. Well, yeah, fantastic. When are you due to pick them up? Are they out at the moment? So you put them out Monday for Friday. So I mean Friday to Monday. Okay, over the weekend. So we'll see how you go on Monday. But I would recommend presenting. If you're just going to go letterboxing with 50, what's going to happen is, with that small amount, you're going to lose some. And if you suddenly lose, well, on average it's 10%. So you could lose 5 on that drop, so you're down to 45. So, but you're not going to get a huge amount of orders to get your new ones, you see, because we were letterboxing, you talk about having about 400 catalogues going out in a week. So if you just do 2 drops a week of 50 catalogues, that's only 100 catalogues going out in a week. So that's a quarter of what we recommend. Okay, so you're going to end up losing more catalogues each time. So if you're putting less out each time, and less chance of getting orders. So if you keep letterboxing with just 50, you're going to find it tough to generate enough orders just from the catalogues to get your welcome rewards. But if you're doing online as well, generating orders online, generating orders from family and friends straight away as well, then that should hopefully get you to £150 fairly quickly so you can get your second lot of 50. But I really would consider changing to presenting. Okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, you need to order more catalogues. So you start with a 50 kit, so you only got 50 when you started. So you would need to order more catalogues to build them up if you're going to continue to letterbox, most definitely. But if you want to switch to presenting, I'm not sure, Christina, off the top of my head, whereabouts where you live. I'm not sure if you're local to us or what part of the country do you live in, Christina? Okay, South Yorkshire, you're not local enough to us. I would say if people are local to me, I would come out with them presenting to go and spend an hour or so with them and do it with them and show them the ropes and so they can get comfortable with it and experience it. But so yeah, give it a go presenting. If you want to have a chat with me on presenting on anything before you go out and do it, then please give us a call. I'm more than happy to help. But with smaller numbers, presenting is the way to go until you build up your catalogue numbers. You've got to invest in more if you're going to go letterboxing, most definitely. So this is the typical plans, I say, and it's about 16 hours a week, a little bit more time involved in it with your letterboxing. So 24 hours later, you're going back to your catalogues. Okay, so make sure you've got your sorry I missed your steps with you. Again, they got tomorrow on them, because what you'll do is hopefully the catalogue's outside for you, but if it's not, they've not left it out, then you knock on the door, ask them if they finished with the Clean Easy catalogue, and hopefully they have. If they haven't, just leave it with them for another 24 hours, no longer. You've got to put a bit of urgency on them to say, okay, I'll come back for it tomorrow. I'll pick it up from you tomorrow with any order you might have. Because if you leave it with them too long, they get a bit over familiar with it. There's no pressure to do the order, and it'll just sit on the side. So if you give them another week, a lot of the time you go back in a week's time, they still wouldn't have done anything with it. So you have to put a bit of pressure on them to let them know you're going to come back to pick it up because you want it, because somebody else is waiting for it. And that's always a good thing to say, yeah, I need to get it back tomorrow because I've got somebody else waiting for it. And then they'll do what they need to do with it. So have plenty of those slips with you, because if they aren't in, the catalogue's not out, then you need to put one of those slips to the door to let them know you've called. So it gives them a little nudge to get the catalogue out for you for when you come back the following day. Okay? So yeah, mention that. Have they finished with your Clean Easy catalogue? Again, make sure you've got your round book with you or your notebook to keep a record of where your outstanding catalogues are. You need to know where your stragglers are. We call them the stragglers, the ones that you haven't picked up yet. So you need to know where they are, and you also need to know who doesn't want a catalogue from you as well in there. Remember, catalogue's not lost until they say it's lost. Okay, keep going back for them. Go back for your stragglers at least 3 times. 3 times as a minimum. Okay, if you go back 3 times, you will lose. You shouldn't lose any more than 10%. Okay, it might be up and down. One week you might lose 15%. The next following week you might lose 5%. But on average, it's only around 10% you'll lose if you go back 3 times. So that's one reason for going back 3 times. I used to go back more than that. If I could fit it in, I'd work out ways of going back 4 or 5 times, because I always work on the premise that I didn't want to lose more than 5% of my catalogues. They were precious to me, they cost money, and they created orders. So that's one reason for going back for your catalogues, to get them back. Second reason to go back is to have orders in them. Your straggler catalogues will have orders in them. Some of the customers we go to now, who we've been going to for the last 10 years, will have come from orders we first picked up from a straggler catalogue. So if we hadn't gone back for those stragglers, we'd have missed out on that initial order, okay? And we'd have missed out on all the orders we've had from them for the last 10 years. So it's important to go back for your stragglers. And the third reason to go back for your stragglers is that we're all curtain twitchers in this country. Yeah? People are looking out the window. They're watching you, watching what you're up to, okay? And people see you around, see you coming back, see you in the vicinity quite often. They know what you're doing. They'll become familiar with you. And they might have had a catalogue from you, but they might not have ordered yet, because sometimes people don't order first time or second time. It might be the third time that they order, or maybe fourth time before they order. And that's because sometimes they need to have a little bit of confidence in you, to know you're going to come back, because they might have been let down before sometimes. Unfortunately, it happens. People put catalogues out and never go back for them. Why? Don't know. Don't take that class. People do what people do. Sometimes people might have placed an order before, and then that distributor has vanished, never taken the order to the customer. So their faith and confidence in us might be a little bit sort of strained. So they want to know they're going to get good service. So they might not order first time, but they'll be watching you. Okay. So go back for your stragglers. As I say, a lot of people don't throw them out. A lot of people put them in a pile. So people put them in a pile by the front door, and a pile piles up of other stuff, and somebody else will get put on top of it. And if Joe would put it there, somebody else in the house doesn't know it's there, or whoever would deal with it might not even have seen it, doesn't even know it's there. So yeah, you've got to keep going back for them, ask people for them, and you will get them back. Yeah, some people do throw them away. It's very few. It does happen. As I said before, you are going to lose catalogues. Go back a minimum of 3 times, knock every time, and post a sorry I missed you slip every time. If there's no answer, there's no one home. And also, as I always said, there's additional orders in there, but also use thank you for your order slips. Okay, go back the next day when you say you're going to go back, but have thank you for your order slips with you as well. Again, you can get this from the same place as the other slips, and it's good to let the customer know that you've got the order. It gives them recognition. Yeah, they like to be thanked. Thank you for your order. So that's good for them. Makes them feel good. Makes them feel special. But it also puts their mind at rest. They know that you've got the order, and Johnny up the street has nicked it, which can happen sometimes. You know, kids can be kids, and they can have fun and games with the catalogues or things like that on an odd occasion. So if your customer knows that the order's been picked up Yeah, it helps. Plus, it'll have your contact details on there. It'll tell them you'll be back in 7 to 10 days, and they can get hold of you if they want to. Number 9 here. This is so important. We've all made mistakes. We all think, oh, well, this won't happen to me. It won't happen to me. But it will. It will happen to you. Sometimes when you pick an order up, the customer forgets who they are, and they don't put their name and address on the order form. And you think, oh, you get home and maybe you haven't checked your catalogues when you picked them up, and you find a 30, 40, 50, 60 pound order, and you think, bugger, where's that come from? And you've now got to spend time, energy, and effort to find out where that order came from, because you don't want to lose a 30, 40, 50, 60 pound order. So you've got to backtrack and find out where it's come from. So if you just took that time when you pick the catalogue up to find the order form, check it, it'll save you a lot aggro when you do find one that hasn't got a name and address on, because you will. If you rush for time, or maybe a bit wet or raining, and you don't want to be going through all the bag, just get the day slip, okay, from the front of the bag, and on the back of it, just write house number, a street name on it, or get the day slip from another catalogue, house number, street name, and pop it in there. So when you are sorting them out, you know where that catalogue's come from. Okay, right. Some retail excellence stuff, further stuff. Make sure you have a local map of your local area. So important to plan where you're going and know where you're going and know where you've been. Okay, and I'll explain why in a moment. And it'll help you avoid flatitis. Deadly disease within clean easy, flatitis, and I'll explain what that is in a moment, because you'll probably go, what the bloody hell is that? I didn't know what it was till I joined this business. And also remember and know that people buy from local people. People like to buy locally, like to support local people, and they will buy more likely to buy from local people than somebody from another town or out of town. Okay, so remember that as well. So we work a 4-weekly cycle. The red dot here is you. Just for the next couple of minutes, the red dot here is your home, okay? And you're going to walk out your front door, your catalogues, be it presenting or letterboxing, turn left or right and work your own local area. Oh, you're not. You don't want to do that. You want to go over here, and you want to go over here, and you want to go over here, and you want to go over here, because you think that those areas are going to give you better orders. You think, well, where I live, nobody's going to buy from me. They won't buy from me around here. But over here, where they've got bigger houses, bigger cars, they'll buy. And these people have got, there's more money in this area. There's more affluent people there. They're going to buy. Same up here, same up there. So you decide to go to these areas out here. Try to avoid that prejudging, because people buy all backgrounds. Okay, whether you think that's an affluent area or not, whether you think maybe it's a slightly sort of less money in a poor area, for whatever reason, people buy from all areas, and it can be quite often. It can be the areas, the more working class areas, that will buy from the catalogues. They just love the stuff in the catalogues. Plus, also, when they see something, they buy it. They buy on impulse. They're unable to control their spending. They'll see it and think their eyes are like, oh, okay, oh yeah, go on, I'll have it, even when maybe they can't afford it. Okay, so work close to home, wherever you live, whatever your area is like. Work in your local area first, because if you start flitting, that's why the flatitis comes on. We get that flatitis disease, flitting here, flitting there, flitting everywhere. What's going to happen is you're going to have to end up driving there, driving back to put your books out, driving there, driving back to pick them up, driving there, driving back to get stragglers, driving there, driving back to get stragglers, driving there, driving back to get stragglers, driving there, driving back to do your orders. So it's taking more time, more fuel, more wear and tear on your car than if you just worked locally. And initially, you don't have to drive anywhere. You just walk, and it's a lot quicker. So work close to home, expand out, which we see here like this. So this is your first 4 weeks. Okay, in your local map, highlight the streets you go to, 4 different highlighters, 4 different colours, and highlight those streets off where you've been working locally. And then after you've been round once for your 4 weeks, all the streets you've been to, then you're back at the beginning again. What you'll do is, the map will move on, because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Come on, Mr. Map. No, I didn't do that. You'll go back round again the second time, and you'll be able to expand your area out. Well, why can you expand your area out? Well, the reason for that is, because when you go around the second time, you'll miss out the houses where they didn't want to book. So from your records, so the people who said they don't want to book, you'll miss them out. And you'll miss out anybody who you didn't get a catalogue back from. Okay, you don't go to them a second time if you didn't get the catalogue back. You only lose a catalogue once to anybody. You don't go back to them again. And you'll still be putting out the same amount of catalogues as you did first time round. Because you're putting out the same amount of catalogues, it allows you to go to expand into a new area because of the houses you're missing out this time round. So you expand your area around, you go around a second time and a third time. So each time, expanding your area out. And possibly if you're still picking up lots of new customers in the third time round, go around a fourth time, or even a fifth time. Depends how many new customers you're picking up. At least 3 times you go around an area. Okay? Because what also happens is, second time round, what will happen is, some of the customers who ordered first time round will order second time round, some won't. Second time round, your new people who've gone to for the first time will order for the first time. Okay? And some of the people who didn't order first time round will order second time round. So you're still going to pick up a similar amount of orders second time round and third time round as you did in your first time, just because of how it works, how the ratios work, and how people order from you. So I hope that makes sense to you. Keep your catalogue packs presentable. Do the coffee table test. Okay. Yeah. If you had 2 catalogues come through your door, one was looking nice, pristine, looking fairly clean, catalogues were looking in good nick, or you had one that came through was grubby, dirty, scratched, yeah, maybe have some food stains on it, maybe even smell of nicotine. Which one would you look at? Well, the one that didn't look too good was probably a bit mean. You'd put straight out the door, bing, back out the front. Don't want to touch that. That's outside. Not looking at that. Whereas a nice, pristine one that's looking fairly good, you'd open up. So just look at your catalogues and think, would I put that catalogue on my coffee table? If you put the catalogue in your coffee table, then yeah, good to go. If you think, no, I fancy that on my coffee table, then it's not good to go. Something needs to be done about it. Okay? So always have some spare snappy bags. When you put your first order through, order some snappy bags. In the search bar at the bottom, when you put your order on, just type in SNAP, S-N-A-P, hit search, and it'll bring up the code for large snappy bags. Just order yourself a pack of them. They're less than £2 for 50 snappy bags. Allows you to change them when you need to. Because they get tatty, especially if you're letterboxing. Going through letterboxes, they get little nicks in the corner. They get scratched. They can get dirty, get kicked around outside. And so you need to change them. Usually need to change your bags after 2 or 3 uses. Keep them fresh. Okay? And the catalogues inside, again, keep an eye on them. If they get dog eaten, food on them, coffee stains, smell of nicotine, anything like that, just get ripped and torn and tired, replace them. Yeah, replace them. It's worth the investment. It's going to make a big difference to getting orders or not getting orders with your catalogues, because they're your shop window. Yeah, if you have a shop in the high street, you'd keep the window clean, you'd keep everything in the window looking good, presenting. You'd have a good presentation in the window so that attracted people to come and look and have a look through. If you had a dirty window that people couldn't see, they'd just carry on walking past, wouldn't they? Or if your stuff in your window, there wasn't anything in the window for people to see, they'd carry on walking past. Or if it was shoddy or the stuff in the window was ripped, torn or broken, again, they'd keep walking past. So your catalogue is your shop window. Give good customer service, okay? Be regular, be reliable, give great communication. Okay, so we work a 4 weekly system. It's been proven to be the best duration. Yeah, some people, Cleaners did some trials about 4 years ago. They tried a 3-week system, 4-week system, 5-week system, and a 6-week system over a period of time to see which generated the most orders with the same number of catalogues going out. And the 4-weekly system generated the most orders over the trial period. And we've always worked with a 4-weekly system because it's in line with the 4-week repay plan. So be regular. Go 4 weeks. Don't go 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah, keep it just 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, because customers get used to when you're coming. Again, and we have consumable products that will run out. And so if they run out and you're not gone for 6 weeks, there might be 2 weeks they haven't got it, they might buy it from somewhere else. So go every 4 weeks. Be reliable, go back when you say you're going to go back. Yeah, if you give them a time, you're going to go back then. If you give them a day, you're going to go back then. If for any reason you need to change it, get on the phone and let them know. Great communication. Be in touch with them, advise them of anything that's on back order, advise them if you've got to change when you're doing your delivery or when you're going to get to them. Good communication. If they contact you, yeah, if they ring you or text you, you don't have to answer them back straight away. You might be busy in the middle of doing something else. Let the phone do the work. Let your voicemail take the message. Text back when it's an appropriate and suitable time for you, but get back to them within 24 hours. Okay, it's good communication. Give good service. That will help you with your repeat orders. It will help you with retention of customers, and it'll help you with recommendations, maybe getting customers from people and friends that they know if you're giving a good service. Be professional. Look fairly presentable. You don't have to be out there suited and booted, but be presentable. Okay. Yeah. Smile. A big smile on your face. Be warm and friendly to people. Let them know you're in the area. Say hello. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you. Because you'll attract people to you. People will get to know you. People, and that'll lead you into people wanting a catalogue from you. It might even lead you into somebody joining your business. Because you're going to attract people to you. If when you go from a house to a house, the gate's open, leave it open on your way out. If it's closed, close it on the way out. Don't go jumping over walls, cutting across people's lawns and that. Because as I said before, people are watching out the window. And if they're not happy about how you're behaving, they certainly aren't going to look at your catalogue and they certainly aren't going to order from you. So be professional. Okay, just a little bit of account management stuff to whiz through for you. You might have already seen this with Tracy and Emma, but it's important. I always stress this, important to check your invoice and know what you're doing with your money. Because so many people have a few challenges sometimes dealing with money. It might not be something they're used to doing. So we want to help you and support you as much as we can with this. So when you put your first order through, you'll get your invoice emailed to you overnight. Your invoice is not in the box. The yellow list in the box of goods that come in the box for your delivery is your packing note. So packing note tells you what's in the box. The actual invoice is what's emailed to you. So make sure you check that out the following day and you find that and it's not gone in your spam folder. Look at your invoice and print it out because you will need your invoices down the line. So keep them, print them out. And the bit that you get to keep is the less retail profit bit. That's the bit here. Okay, it's arrow goes to it in red. The £97.59 is what this distributor has earned from this order. So the order was £489.27. What they've earned is £97.59. And the bit that's Clean Easy's money, the bit that has to be paid to Clean Easy, is the £391.68 underneath the less retail profit. Okay. I would always recommend having two bank accounts. Okay. Have a second bank account. If you need to open a second bank account to do that, just get a personal one. You don't need a business one. We have two big bank accounts, one for our home money and one for our business money to keep them separate. Makes it a lot easier to manage. Have a second bank account, preferably with a debit card, and you can pay all your money into that account when it comes in. So when you do your deliveries, get all the money in, pay it into your bank account. Don't be tempted to use it and spend it on things. Because what happens sometimes, people might suddenly go and deliver their orders, 200 quid worth of orders, they've got 200 quid in their pocket. Oh, I just brought 50 quid to go and buy this. Oh, I saw that the other day, I want that, I'll go and get that. And I'll pay the money back from my other Clean Easy deliveries, or I'll pay it back from something else. And what happens generally is it doesn't get paid back. So remember, the money you collect in is not your money. It's Clean Easy's money. Okay. The only money that's yours is the retail profit, but you need to take that once you've paid Clean Easy. Okay. Get your orders delivered, pay Clean Easy first, then take your retail profit afterwards. Okay. A couple of ways of paying your invoice. One is at a NatWest Bank, NatWest Bank, or I believe you can do it at the post office as well with NatWest using the gyro slips provided. But I wouldn't bother with that. It takes far too long. It takes 4 to 5 days for the money to clear. The best way to do it is paying the money into your own bank account and pay online using a debit card for your account. You can ring up Clean Easy and do it over the phone, but the easiest way to do it is online, put a debit card, put your details in, go straight onto your account straight away, and you can then use that money to put your next order through from. Okay? But please, pay your Clean Easy account in full. You only have a small credit facility, and if you start spending money that's not yours and don't pay it back, before you know it, you can end up using all your credit facility. It's not there as another credit card or loan or anything like that. It's for you to trade. It's for you to get goods so you don't have to pay up front. So you can deliver to your customer, they then pay you, you get your profit, you pay Clean Easy, and everybody's making money, which is what it's all about. Okay, so don't strangle the golden goose. Clean Easy is your golden goose, and if you don't pay your money back to Clean Easy, you're strangling the golden goose and you won't get any golden eggs. So, some things that are going to happen. You're going to come across other distributors when you're out there. That's fine. We don't work on set territories. You just carry on, stick to your plan, follow your system, and get your catalogues in and out still. If you're unsure, get on the phone. Speak to your sponsor, your successful upline. I'll come across somebody else. Do I carry on? What do I do? Don't know. Don't know. If there's any doubt on anything, get advice. Yeah. It's great to make a decision or think, yeah, I'll do this or do that, and use your initiative. Fantastic. But it might not be the right decision. Okay. Speak to your successful upline. Yeah. If there's any doubt on anything at all, get their advice, because they'll point you in the right direction and help you avoid, or help you to minimize mistakes. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I said about, if you want, isolate yourself and just think, oh yeah, I don't need their help. I know what to do. You're going to make mistakes that maybe you didn't need to make if you'd got the help and support and advice from your sponsor. Yeah, different customers buy on different days. There's no territories. And when you do come across other distributors, they're generally servicing their own customer base already. They're just going to their customers, 300 to 400 customers a month. Yeah, and you'll pick up customers in between their customers. But what also might happen, if you're giving good service, so if you're reliable, if you're regular, you're communicating well, you might even pick up some of their customers. Because if they're not doing those things and they're giving a shoddy service, somebody might be tempted to order with you and see how they go with you. And I've had no experience that. I've had people order from me because they weren't happy with some other distributors that were in the village, a town that I was working at the time. So I know that happens. So look to be the best you can, because that can make a big difference to you. It just give you that slight edge, that razor's edge. Don't listen to Joe Public. Hey, what do they know? They're not in the business. Have they got your success at heart? Are they really worried about your success? No, they don't know you from Adam. So don't listen to Joe Public. Yeah, they've all got an opinion. They all say, oh yeah, nobody around here buys clean easy. Oh, we've already got a distributor. Oh, that never works around here. We've had people come before and nobody buys anything. Or you're better off going up Sunshine Street. All the stuff they like to say to you. Again, if you're not sure, get on the phone to your sponsor or your successful upline and have a chat with them about it. Ignore the "we do not buy at the door" stickers. Yeah, they don't apply to Clean Easy. Yeah, some of our best customers have these stickers on their door. So if you see these, knock on still, present your catalogue, or put your catalogue for a letterbox still, because you will get orders from people who have these catalogues on their door. The only ones I would say taking notice of are the ones that maybe say no catalogues, or it says no Clean Easy, no backwear, something like that. Then yeah, respect those and move on. Make a note in your book. Don't want a catalogue. Next house. You're going to get good pickups, medium pickups, low pickups. And over each 4 weeks, it's going to balance out. You just focus on finding your 20 customers a week, and you'll get success. Yeah, mentioned this a few times. You're going to get stragglers. You're going to get lost catalogues. Happens. Can't change that. Never be able to change that. It's just part and parcel of what we do. And all these things you're going to experience. And you can't do it without experiencing them. You're going to need to develop your emotional strength, because you're going to have challenges. As I said before, you're going to get rejections and things are going to happen. And it's just stuff that happens. And you'll get used to it. But again, to help you with that, pick up the phone. Speak to a sponsor. Speak to a successful upline. That's what they're there for, to help you to be able to deal with the challenges you're going to get. But they also want to be able to celebrate your successes. They want to be able to cheer you on and celebrate your successes as well. So when you get a good pickup, and get on the phone to them, let them know, celebrate it. So you're going to have to develop emotional strength. And you might even get some negatives from your family members, friends, or even your partner and spouse. It's going to happen. Yeah, they do it because they're generally looking out for you. Yeah, they want to protect you. So they don't want to see how it fall. In their head, they're thinking, oh, that's never going to work, for whatever reason in their head. So because they think it's never going to work, they want to protect you. They don't want you to do it because they don't want to see you fail. So they'll say things, oh, that'll never work, blah, 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 for whatever reason, or from whatever people they've spoken to before, whatever stories they've heard. Yeah, they might try to put you off. But also, sometimes it might be because they don't want to get left behind. You might have stepped out of your comfort zone. You might have stepped out to make a difference, to go out there and make some changes. You want to create a lifestyle of your choosing by earning the extra money that allow you to do that. And they might not be brave enough to go out and do that, but you are. And sometimes they want to draw you back in because they get scared that they're going to get left behind. And so they want to draw you back into that comfort zone again that they're in when you're there. So that's going to happen. Again, talk to your sponsor, talk to your successful upline. We're here to help you, to support you as well. Yeah, if we can help in any way, get in touch with us. Yeah, we've all been through it. I've been through it. I've had negatives before. My ex-wife was very negative about the business. One of the reasons she's my ex-wife. Yeah, we all experience it. But I know this business works, and I know the future we're going to have from this business, and I know what we're going to be able to do to help other people, the lives we can change and help, not just in our family but outside because of this business. So yeah, it's going to happen. So just put the trust in the advice you get from your sponsor and your upline, okay? Yeah, we want your success. We want you to be successful because, as I said before, if you're successful, we're successful. So it's all about helping each other and supporting each other and making the whole business successful as a whole. So you're going to experience everything I've been through. And then after 4 to 6 months, building your customer base, you're going to get some fantastic money with very little effort. You're going to be putting out less catalogues, but getting the same sort of orders, earning a similar sort of money, if not more. So here, customer base now, drop. You deliver 100 catalogues, hour and a half on a Friday, pick up on Monday, 2 hours, some stragglers on a Tuesday, delivery orders on a Sunday, maybe if that's your delivery day. So approximately 6 hours a week to be getting the same return that you were doing when you were letterboxing or presenting previously, when you were building your customer base. But this is now on customer base once you've got it built. And it all changes then. All changes for you. Your hourly rate, if you're looking at hourly rate, goes up. And then it gives you more time to be looking at other avenues of the business. Okay, it gives you a good story. You've got that in place to show other people what you've done. And you can then help other people to do the same. Okay, step 2. Conscious of time, it's nearly 10 o'clock. We'll whiz through these because I'm conscious it's nearly 10. Communicate upline. It's important to do that every day, especially in the early days. Use Skype or Zoom and phone, the best way to do it. Face to face, on the phone, you can hear each other. Best way to do it. Facebook is great for information, great for sharing stories, successes, and cheering people on. But that's the best thing for it. It's not the best way to be talking to each other if it's an important thing you want to be chatting about. Email, we use it less and less these days. Again, informational. And texting, again, should be informational or quick one-liners. If it's something that people get into a big, long war and peace on text with me, and I haven't got time to be doing all that. I'm not quick enough. And it's to pick up the phone. Yeah? If you've got something you need to discuss and go through, I would say, pick up the phone, talk to me. Or let's find a time where we can both talk. And that's text is not the best way, because also you can't always understand, you can't always pick up on people exactly what they're trying to communicate, because you don't hear their voice, or you can't see the facial expressions, and you can't always pick up on what they're getting across. And you read a text and you'll read it in your state of mind, maybe not their state of mind, and you can read it completely differently to how they're putting it across. So it can be misconstrued and can cause problems sometimes. So phone or Zoom, Skype, best way to talk. Step 3, learn the system. Okay, your willingness to learn will determine your level of success. So it's great you want to hear tonight because you want to learn. So you're on your way. Okay, you want to create success because you're learning. So your job is to learn the simple system, and our job is to teach it to you. And how are you going to do that? Okay, well, speaking daily to a sponsor. I think I've already mentioned that a few times. Reviewing the team Facebook team group every day. Get involved in that. Yeah, look at the posts on there, like the post, comment, put your own posts in there of success and stuff that's going on, and see what happens in there and get involved. Yeah, it's a great environment. It's a great way for everybody to share stuff and cheer each other on. Make sure you get on your weekly coaching webinar. Ours is on a Tuesday night. Emma and Dave's team is on a Wednesday night. Get along to your 10 steps workshops. Get booked into them. Okay, there's none now until the new year, but we have got the showcase coming up on January the 7th, and everybody needs to be in Birmingham at the showcase on the 7th. By hook or by crook, whatever you've got to do, make sure you're there. And study the workbook on the resource site. Here we go, the resource site website is there, www.the10steps.info. Okay, that's where the getting started catalog section is. That's where all the videos are for each step of the 10 steps. Familiarize yourself with that. Print the workbook off and read it, and start to learn, find out what we do and what makes the business work. So this is one of the pages there, the 10-step success system page. Bit of homework for you. Go away and watch the intro there, the intro video. It's only 18 minutes long. but it'll give you an insight into the system and what it's designed to do and what it can do for you. And step 4, share the opportunity. Okay, that's where the exciting bit. It's where the big money starts to come along, when you start to help other people make money and earn money. Okay, if you want to put this in place, your sponsor or your successful upline can help you put this example in place. This is what we call a gold distributor business. You can put it in place on a part-time basis, and you can be earning £1,200 plus per month every month with something like this in place. I won't go into big details how to do that tonight. That's another training completely. But Emma and Dave earning over £1,000 every 4 weeks. Dave works full time. Emma used to be a solicitor, got 2 young children, was able to come away from it as a solicitor and be at home with her kids, building up a business, earning money now, changed their lives completely. Michael and Kirsty in our business, fantastic, joined in March. First month in business, £810. They're cataloguing with lots of catalogues, letterboxing, but they're working with a lot of catalogues. And then by October, their check's up at 2,261. Okay, they've got a small team growing as well, and they're now gold distributors. They've achieved that post with all the circles on their gold distributors, but their structure is slightly different. But it just shows you how quick you can go if you want to. The orders are there, and the money's there to be made. Jude, £500 increase in 4 weeks, gone from 605 to 1189. Been able to leave her job this year because of this business. Time with her granddaughter Izzy. It's been out all this week with Izzy because she's able to. She's still working a business, but she's been able to support her daughter and have Izzy because her daughter didn't have any other childcare. So this business can give you more than money. And then one of our recent checks, just from helping people. Okay, yeah, and we want bigger checks in this, and we know we're going to get them because of what's happening in the business right now. But it's allowed us to work around the kids, get out of our jobs, not have to go to work because of what it can do for you. So share the business with people you know. Okay, make a list of who you know. Don't prejudge. Put everybody on the list from 18 to 100. Whether you think they'll do it or not, make a list. Start make a list and work with your sponsor and your upline as to, okay, how am I going to get information to these people? And it's all about the power of who do they know. Okay, it's not necessarily aimed at them, but a lot of people will say, okay, what's it all about? I want to find out. I might join your business, but they also might know people, okay, who are looking for something. So it's about the power of who they know. Facebook is good to help you with that as well because you've got selling groups, so you can put just curious adverts in selling groups. You can direct message people, all your contact markers on there, and then timeline. I've got somebody drawing on my screen. Somebody shared their screen and drawing on there, but I'm nearly done, so I'm not sure what's happening there. But hey ho, and then you can have timeline success stories as well. Put good positive stories on your timeline. What the business is doing for you will help you. But remember the 80-20 rule. Yeah. It's not all business. Keep it 80-20, 80% social, 20% business on your Facebook. And you can also put checks in external groups as well. Either your check when you get one, or people in your team in the business. You can share into groups to get people responding to generate inquiries for your business. So finally, okay, remember your 30-day challenge and your 60-day challenge and your welcome rewards, okay, to get them free catalogues. If you don't fully understand them, again, speak to your sponsor, your successful upline. They'll go through that with you. And you can just see here all these pictures of people on here, what the 6 different bonus levels are, where you need to get to hit your bonus level. So the first bonus level is £708 worth of orders. That'll get you an extra bonus into your bank account. Second one, £1,560 worth of orders. That generally takes 2 people in your team to hit that level. But a lot of people are doing that on their own now. Yeah, people generating £1,560 worth of orders on their own. And all the way through to the 6th level, which is the gold distributor level, of £9,000 worth of orders. But the 5th level, £6,120 worth of orders, Kirsty and Michael are doing that on their own, yeah, with the retail that they're doing, which is absolutely fantastic. So the orders are out there if you get the catalogues in and out on a regular basis at the level that you want to do it. So finally, first week checklist might be your 2nd or 3rd week, but it's always good to go back to this. Yeah, have you set up your selling group? Have you joined a minimum of 50 local groups? Are you posting adverts in both of those sections every day? Have you got your catalogues out? Have you attended your weekly webinar? Are you booked into your 10 Steps workshop event or the showcase that's coming up for us at the moment? And have you started your warm market list Have you started getting messages out, stuff out to them? Have you started to place some adverts in Facebook? And have you scheduled your weekly review with your sponsor or your successful upline? Again, all these things are what makes the business move forward for you. So work on that checklist to make sure you're covering all those points on. And that's it then, guys. Thank you very much for being on. I hope that's helped tonight. I hope that's got some value for you, giving you lots of tips and ideas and things to take away. I will be here next week if anybody wants to come back on again. But I'll say, yeah, well done for being on. Have a fantastic weekend. Hopefully I'll meet you all soon. And let's rock. Good night, guys.